cow, is it time? Look at that.
Right on time.
Good evening, and thank you for coming to the Town of Newton Board of Selectmen meeting, Tuesday, August 4th, 2026. The time is 6 o'clock. Would you please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Thank you very much. First thing is citizens' input. Who is Extron?
I don't know, I think it's the cable that is, it's the cable. I'm just gonna ask how that actually.
That's fine.
Yeah, just the cable setting, that was coming up on the planning board too.
Moving on, we'll go right to our tax collector update. MJ?
Hey, MJ.
For years, we've been trying to streamline the tax billing process because it is a lot. And one of our prior managers at town has suggested farming it out to other companies because most towns do this. They take their database and they give it to a mailing company that prints the bills, folds the bills, tucks the bills, postages the bills and all. It takes that a lot less. And I would like to do that to streamline it because we're just getting tired of having to print stuff, hold, and it takes a lot of effort. And for almost the same amount of money, we can farm this out and have someone else do it. And it comes highly recommended by the towns that actually do this. It eases their workload.
Okay.
And I would like to make everything as easy as possible.
I understand.
I don't have an issue with that because
Free you up to do all the other things that you have to do.
I think he's talking about the piles.
yeah. So with that all said and done, authorize the town clerk to obtain the services from Mailing Unlimited to assist with the tax mailing.
Second,
Motion made by Joe, seconded by Bob. All those in favor?
Aye.
That is unanimous. Hopefully, this will help you out.
Thank you.
Reduce your stress a little bit and make it more streamlined.
For the stress of the next person.
I guess we'll find out in December how it goes.
Can I address the next thing that's on here real quick?
Sure.
It's just the elections. It's just a reminder. Our wonderful state primary is upon us, September 8th. It is the Tuesday after Labor Day. By law, I will be in the office on Labor Day from 3 to 5. And I don't know how,
For what?
why.
Yeah.
Because, you know, the absentee people that want to bring ballots, ask for ballots.
Oh, jeez, okay.
So I'll be here, but I know you set up the day before. I just want to throw that out there. It is Labor Day. I set up the day before. So, I don't know if you want to do it at night.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm around. You want to do it that night before the next morning? Chief, just so you know. Okay?
You look thrilled, Chief.
Yeah,
Thrilled.
It's gonna be shipped each week. We're gonna have to put vehicles.
Oh, yeah, he'll be good.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
yeah.
He'll be good.
We'll figure that out. Yeah, I guess we'll figure out what we're gonna do.
Just so
We'll,
I want to put that out there so it's on the plate, you know what's coming up.
yep. Fun.
And then it'll be over in all.
yeah.
Until March.
Well, it's on November.
Till November.
Oh, November, that's right.
Yeah, and then the election.
It's just the primary.
One of those
Okay.
boring days.
That's all.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, MJ.
All right, next up, we have the fire department.
Good evening, board.
Good evening.
I have the June monthly report again. This does not include
went out from Mutual Aid to the city of Amesbury. On the 16th, tank 4 was requested by Chester Fire Department for Mutual Aid. And on the 17th, engine 2 power 1 assisted Kingston with a trailer fire. I know there's more. On the 20th, A2 and engine 2 attended Blastow's Old Home Day with the Department 1 Vesting Show for apparatus. On the 20th, Newton A2 responded to town of Blastow for medical transport. Also on the 20th, Blastow Fire was requested to assist with the motor vehicle accident on Beasley. On the 22nd, Newton hosted a water rescue training on Country Pond for the area departments to work with their jet skis and their boats. On the 25th, the engine 2, Kingston Fire assisted engine 2 with a motorcycle accident on Highway. On the 28th, Blastow ambulance assisted forestry with a medical on the Paulson Way. On the 28th, also Amesbury engine was requested to assist engine 2 with the medical transport from Amesbury Road. And on the 30th, engine 2 was requested East Kingston Fire and Ambulance to assist with a propane tank on Gale Village. That was June. I have July for you for the next meeting, and I'll have August for you for the next meeting. Just quick, 2 of our members that do shifts, I was informed late last week and yesterday they're probably going to be out for anywhere from 6 months to a year. They both tore their biceps. One tore his bicep and his pec, and the other one tore a pec at another job, not with the town of Newton. And another individual, I was informed today, in 2 weeks, he's going over to Germany to train abroad for the next 3 months. So we're going to be short a couple of individuals.
Okay.
So we'll try to get you staffed for the election. The other thing is the purchase order. The purchase order is for the board to approve a 3-year renewal. We come and visit the board every 3 years. That is for the maintenance agreement for the monitors and the Lucas. The Lucas is the manual, the CPR machine, the automatic CPR machine. Respectfully request that the board sign the 3-year contract or authorize the town administrator to sign it.
So, hello. So with that said, authorize T.A. Mahoney to sign a 1-year contract with Stryker on behalf of the Town of Newton Fire Department in the amount of $7,096.65. Funds that come from the fire rescue revolving accounts.
Second.
Is
Motion.
it
Question.
1 year or 3? You just
question.
said
It's a
3,
1 year.
but I thought it was 1 year.
Oh, I thought it was 3, I
It
apologize.
says 1 on your
Okay.
thing.
I wanted to make sure, because you said 3, but it says 1 on it.
Yeah, I apologize.
Okay.
Because if it was more than one,
Yeah, you'd have to go.
Yeah.
exactly, so it has to, and they know that, that's, so, yes. Anyways, we are correct so far.
I apologize
Motion made
for
by Joe, seconded by Bob. All those in favor?
Aye.
That's unanimous. This handles both. It's, Stryker's doing it, right?
Correct.
But it's not the Stryker system.
Correct,
Okay, that's where, all right, never mind then, we're good.
correct. There's a bunch of maintenance warranties
Yeah,
that the department will be, well, the town will have to be renewing for
Okay.
all the equipment,
okay.
Good, awesome.
okay? Lastly, respectfully asking that the board hire Abigail Landers as a firefighter EMT. Abigail comes to the town. She actually graduated with Nolan Ash from the Fire Academy. So she comes recommended that way to the town of Newton.
Good deal. So I move to hire Abigail Landis as a firefighter slash EMT basic at the hourly rate of $24 pending she meets the requirements set forth by the chief.
Second.
Motion made by Joe, seconded by Bob. All those in favor?
Aye.
That is unanimous.
So she'll help with your shortfall.
Well, it takes a little while,
I know.
but at the last batch, the board hired of 6, there's 5 working, 1, the history was iffy. The other gentleman that the board hired with the last young lady, he actually is taking 2 weeks off. His wife, he's a new dad.
But just so the residents do know, because of their big hearts and the fact that they approved that last election to cover the pay for this, that we are not having people run away, that they actually are coming.
Correct.
To fill these positions so that we do have coverage.
Correct. Past month and a half, I've been very grateful. I believe the board has approved 10 individuals.
Right,
We're still short about 5
yep.
to be able to fill every shift, the holidays, and have a couple of extras. So we're very grateful, and it just shows in a
Yeah.
month and a half, the amount of individuals, and we just had a gentleman that's moving from the Midwest, close to town. He should turn in an application next week, and we have a young man that actually lives in town who turned in his application this afternoon to join the department. So,
And that's all due to thanks to the residents.
All right. Good deal.
Thank you, chief.
Thanks, chief. Oh yeah, emergency management
Is that his?
mitigation.
Ah, it's Trish.
That's Trish's. Yeah.
toss me for a loop there, boss.
All right, Tricia?
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody on live TV here. It's wonderful to have so many participants. At any rate, so you have in front of you a couple of things. So last year, I applied for a hazardous mitigation grant. We have to do this by RSA, well, I shouldn't say RSA, but by, requested by the feds. Every 5 years, we have to do this mitigation renewal, because without it, any department in town, doesn't matter who it is, if they go to apply for a grant and we don't have an active mitigation plan, not only approved by you, but approved by Homeland Security, we can't go for a grant. So this is pretty crucial. We have to do it every 5 years. So this is our year. So last year, I applied, thank goodness, in a timely fashion, because in their infinite wisdom, as the feds often do, they notified everybody in New Hampshire and said, oh, sorry, we think we've run out of money, you can't have it. And then I called my rep and said, we have to. And he said, oh, you know what, you were accepted because a few of you did it on time before they cut off our funds. So we're safe. So that's the good thing. So now what happened, so I had to have Paula re-sign documents, because of course it's all about that. I think they get paid by the paper. So I now have the actual grant. It's for hazardous mitigation. The total project cost is $11,250. Our percentage is 25%, which is $2,812.50, which the EOC will pay for out of my EOC Ops revolving account. So we have the money to pay for that. I already have, Paula already gave me the liability policy, the workman's compensation insurance that I needed that came from Primex, and I already have a copy of the most recent audit. So the last thing I need is what you're going to deal with. So we have 2 things that are important, and they have to be signed in a timely fashion. The first one is actually the certificate of authority that Usually, the emergency management name is on here as the signer, but I know you'd rather have the TA sign it than a department head. So we put Paula's name on it, and what you have is, I, Dan Guy, Chairman of the Board, hereby certify that Paula Mahoney, Town Administrator, has the authority to sign and enter into grant agreements with the State of New Hampshire Division of Homeland Security and Emergency Management on August 4th for the city or town of Newton. Hereby authorize Paula to execute any and all contract and agreements related to this. Clearly, I'll come forward when I get any documentation, as I'm sure Paula will. This is the key point, which is why this has to be signed tonight and the other one signed tomorrow. I further attest that Paula Mahoney was granted the authority prior to the date the grant agreement has been signed, and it's not been amended or repealed. So I talked to Tony, our deputy town clerk, and she is going to notarize, because Mary Jo, I think, has expired, and my notary had to be renewed, and I don't have it back yet. So Tony agreed to do it. So Paula will sign this for you, and then in the minutes of the meeting, and I think Paula did the motion that they said
Yeah, we got it
have
right
it.
here.
we have to have. Okay.
You ready for that yet?
No, not yet, Joe. We're still
All right,
talking.
so
We're still
once
talking.
that's clear, then I have the actual grant agreement. And Paula had already told me who was going to be here tonight, which is why, and perfect, because I only need 3 signatories. So I have put your name where it needs to be, and you sign to the left of that. And then the bottom of each page has to be initialed. I think there's 13 pages. And I've already put the date as of tomorrow. So now we're legal with everything. So as soon as I have all this, I've already got everything, all the other documents, so I'll be ready to submit this tomorrow.
So who initials all the pages?
You 3.
We have to initial every page?
Unfortunately, yeah. You get paid by the signature, right? Right?
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure.
Yep, so that has to be signed. I mean, I don't care whether you sign it tonight or tomorrow. I can't take it until tomorrow. Okay?
Trish, what's the plan with this money?
So this money has to be used, like right now, we've got some grants in the works. The Twin Culvert Grant is a perfect example. Without that, without this in place, we wouldn't even be able to apply for the Twin Culvert Grant. Anything the police and the fire chief does, or even if the planning board applies for something, without this in place, signed by you, so what's happened is, it's gonna take me the rest of the year, and we have to have meetings. Some of you are going to be on it. A lot of people sitting in the audience here are going to be on it as the committee. And we have to have various meetings to determine, do we have any liability issues, kind of like the JLMC committee works on, that we need to be concerned with? And we put them on here. We talk to Primex about it. We document. We have to then prioritize, I guess is a good way to put it. You know, what's most important? Is it flooding? Is it the roads? Is it erosion? Is it winter weather? Is it heat? And then once we give it recordings or prioritize them, the whole plan, you'll get a copy of the whole plan. And then after you look at it and hopefully approve it, it then goes to Homeland Security. And when they approve it, we get it back and it becomes part of all our documents. So the one you have right now, I think, is dated 2022, which is downstairs.
Okay.
Okay?
All righty.
That's the plan.
So with that said, I authorize the town administrator, Paula Mahoney, to sign the certificate of authority today, August 4th, 2026, for the hazardous mitigation program.
Second.
Motion made by Joe, seconded by Bob. All those in favor?
Aye.
That's unanimous.
Okay.
Good, Joe. Go with the next one.
Okay, I move to accept the terms of the Hazardous Mitigation Grant Program, HMPG, as presented in the amount of $8,437.50 for updating the local hazardous mitigation plan. Furthermore, the board acknowledges the total cost of this project will be $11,250, in which the town will be responsible for a 25% match, totaling $2,812.50.
Second.
Motion made by Joe, seconded by Bob. All those in favor? Aye, that's unanimous. Trish, I guess what I'm asking is where do they come up with the $11,250?
So when we originally applied, I originally applied for more, it's really based on our population, what other kinds of hazards we've had in the past, were we able to recoup expenses from Primex? And then they decide, unfortunately, they looked at what I submitted, and then they said, this isn't really what I submitted, but, you know, at least we get a piece of the pie.
So I would venture to assume that if Newton was home to a Superfund site,
Yep.
that number would be a lot higher.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's where I was going with this,
Okay.
is that it's not that much.
Right.
And it's based on population and if you've had past issues.
right. Yes.
You don't really have any that's of note.
Yep.
So that's why it's so little.
That's
Okay.
right. Our biggest issues really are all weather-related and our roads. And that's really where we're looking for help all the time. Whether it's labor for the road agent, whether it's labor for police and fire to respond to things, but that's our biggest priority. Clearly, mudslides and windstorms isn't really, but we have to score them, and then they decide how it looks and how it doesn't look.
Okay.
And when you put that plan together, Trish, by doing that, would I be correct in saying that that would also allow you to be able to take money from that fund to be able to use it to some of those items that you would put in that need to be mitigated and taken care of?
So this $8,000?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that really comes to, we can't pay for much with $8,000, really. But if we had to pull some of it, if we didn't use it, we also have to hire a consultant. Now, our last consultant was Jane Hubbard in consulting, and I think, and I'm going from memory, I think we had to pay her, I want to say it was almost $35,000 to do it, and we had to, but we match it, so we can
Right.
match it. And so now it'll be less than 35.
Right.
So some of that money will go towards paying whatever consultant we end up getting, which might be her again,
Okay. Yep.
okay? Thank you.
Very good. Thanks, Trish.
Trish.
Could I have Mike? Can you go up there? Thank you. Yes, yes you are, Road Agent Mike. Could you update us on a couple of things, one being paving? Do we know what we're gonna do and roughly when we're gonna do it?
I can tell you when, because we've been in the schedule for a while. It's
Okay.
gonna be between the second and third week of September.
Okay.
That's gonna be the window of paving. Sadly, I can't tell you, standing here, exactly what I'm paving.
Sure.
I know roads that I'd like to fix aren't even on the radar again this year. Not enough money.
Yep.
You've heard the story, I've played it for 18 or 19 years now. And the ones that, example, case in point, Smith Corner Road. That needs to be done. But what I'm doing this year, and I'm not a big fan of it, anybody that knows me knows, I'm gonna do shim and overlay. Asphalt prices are still really high because of the price of fuel, right? That whole thing has jacked up the numbers. This spring, I was fortunate enough to enter into an agreement with a paving contractor we used the past 2 years. He kept the same prices last year. The only escalation was the liquid asphalt, which increases the material cost, right? So that's what's gone up, but it's still expensive this year. So I'm gonna kind of minimize what I'm doing. Like I said, I'm gonna do shim and overlay. But like Smith Corner Road, that's a complete rebuild. There isn't a shim and overlay that's worth throwing the money at. And there's a number of other roads that just doesn't make sense to do it because you're not gonna get the longevity out of it.
So I have a question then. Do you know of any towns, because you know all the road agents, or most of them anyways,
So, yeah.
would they put a road on the warrant? Smith Corner is gonna cost this much to pave. Put it on the warrant article to pave it. Whether it's a complete rebuild or
I
not,
don't think I know anybody that's done a specific road. I don't know, but I was gonna go where I'm going. I'm like this far from being there. This year, I'm gonna put in for a warrant, the bond again.
The bond again, okay.
It's been 3 years since we tried it.
True.
I don't know the exact number, but it was relatively close.
It was
Yeah,
close.
it wasn't a complete denial from the residents.
Yeah.
The thing that I'm gonna need, and there's a department head sitting in the back row, all the other departments stand down. I stood down last year and I stood down the year before. I didn't put anything on for the highway because we had, fire department needed salaries to pass, right? So there was no highway ask. We needed the property to pass, so there was no highway ask. You know, you gotta pick and choose. But all of the departments have to kind of take a bite of the apple in a rotation.
Yep.
So this year, I'm gonna ask the other major departments, or all the departments, let me try to get the road bond.
Yep.
We desperately need it. I can't schedule enough.
I know.
You know, the road evaluation that I did 5 years ago, I'm only a third through that one. And, you know, the routine. And I'm not the only road agent that's saying this. It's everybody.
I'm sure.
Including the state.
Yep.
There's not enough money in the coffers to keep up with the infrastructure.
Okay. Other than that, I did have a resident reach out to me about signs, road signs, missing, damaged.
Yeah,
Do you have an update on that?
I do.
Okay. I'm not saying anybody's gonna like your update. I'm just wondering.
throw that in, and I don't like how I update.
Yes, that's what I figured.
So, and I'm glad you give me this opportunity because I can one more time explain it for a lot of the people in town that don't realize. The highway department here in Newton has one highway employee.
And can I specify that that employee is not you?
That is not me.
That's correct.
No, I'm not a paid employee of the town. I'm an unpaid road agent, right? So, he does what he can, and he does a phenomenal job, right? When I can give Ronnie props, I'll give Ronnie props. He is the most valuable guy in this town. Number one, in front of fire and PD. Fire has multiple guys on their staff. PD has multiple guys on their staff. Highway has one, and only one. Now, if there's something major, I come in and I jump in with Ronnie and we get it done. So Ronnie's backlog of things that need to be done is very long.
Sure.
He is still, as of 2 weeks ago, working on potholes from this winter, right?
Yeah.
We swapped for a couple days because sight distance was getting bad. We got to cut back brush, so, you know, that's an ongoing, never ends. When he has a bad weather day, he has to go pick up trash that's scattered on multiple roads. Some of them are, you know, like Thornell is probably one of the biggest trash roads. Cut through, everybody's coffee cups go out the window. But all of that stuff is a reoccurring maintenance thing.
For one
That
guy.
again, I'm gonna, one highway guy for 50 miles of road.
Yep.
One.
I get it.
And it's not for lack of trying that we have not tried to get somebody to help Ronnie either.
No, the ad has been running. I don't know if the ad's running right now.
Yeah, that's fine.
Is it?
But that's what I'm saying. So
We have,
it's not like we're not trying to get Ronnie help, it's just nobody's applying for the job, and so that's why Ronnie is up against it all by himself.
yeah, and it makes it difficult, not the time to have this conversation, but I think the only way we're going to attract somebody to come to this, because this is 3, maybe 4 years
Yep.
we've been trying. It's a part-time, no benefits, CDL position,
Stuff.
right? So
We're looking for that one retired guy, and it's hard to find that one retired guy.
I mean,
And I know
the
that.
pool is very shallow. So I think the only realistic, like Kingston just ran another ad, but they're a full-time benefit highway guy.
Right,
So, you know, if you're gonna respond, you're going there before you come here.
right.
So the conversations probably need to be had that that position may need to change if we have any chance of recruiting somebody,
Sure.
right? So, I mean, the signs, Ronnie put up 3 the other day. It was a rain day. right?
Yeah, sure.
So he can't do potholes and brush doesn't work real well. So he went out and in the rain, put up 3 signs. So it's on a list.
That's long.
Yeah, so, I mean, people, be patient with the road signs.
Yeah.
We know they're there, we know that they've been for months, and he'll get to it eventually.
Oh, yeah. All right. I think that's all I had, Mike.
Yeah?
Thank you.
Anybody else?
No, I'm good.
No? Okay, thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mike.
All right. Paula, do you have the transfer station hiring? Not do you have it, like, it's just on here.
Yeah. What are you looking for?
Well, I mean, we usually have like the applications.
So there is one application, the other one was on the fly today. So
Okay.
there's zero paperwork on that. You have the name, you have the rate. I'm not sure.
Okay. All right, under the advice from our transfer station department head, we're gonna hire a couple more. One?
2 on here, yeah.
Okay. A couple more transfer station assistants, attendants. Go ahead.
So I move to hire Stephen Lipinski as an attendant for the transfer station at the rate of $15 hourly.
Second,
Motion made by Joe, seconded by Bob. I will say that apparently this gentleman worked for the transfer station 20 years ago and wants to do it again.
Lucky you.
Stephen Lupizik? I don't know.
tall guy.
We'll find out how to pronounce his last name next meeting. Anyway, motion made by Joe, seconded by Bob. All those in favor? Aye. That's unanimous.
I move to hire Nathan Gallant as an attendant for the transfer station at the rate of $15 hourly.
Second,
Motion made by Joe, seconded by Bob. All those in favor? Aye. That is unanimous. Okay.
Those are both part-time.
Both part-time?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
and then also, just so, all right, they got that on there towards the end. I was gonna say while we're doing it, the solid waste bids have gone out. They've been, Todd has, with the help of Robin, they put them on the municipal website, the other, I forget what the name of the other website is, and then Todd specifically sent them to Waste Management, to Mello, and there was 3 other companies that he directly sent the bids to, because the guy from Waste Management is very interested in coming in and taking care of hauling the trash out of it and doing the whole thing so that we stop having these issues with the cardboard company that we've been dealing with. And with Waste Management, I don't know if everybody knows, but they have their place up, going up towards Rochester, that they have their own landfill. So we wouldn't be dealing with dumping our trash out of state and dealing with, and getting fined like Mello does, and then having to pay the extra cost if, you know, something arises and they so deem it necessary to hit us with a surcharge. So that's one company, and there were a couple of others. And Waste Management, and we'll get into that later, also has their own recycling plant down towards, I believe it's Lowell, he said. So that's one good company that we'll definitely be looking into when we get the bids.
Okay. Thanks, Bob, for that. Next up is I'm going to talk about the meeting that we have to have. We're going to have a hearing, and we're going to have another voting session and deliberative all in one meeting, separate from the hearing. So what happened was our warrant, our budget was posted a day late. It was posted on a Tuesday. It was supposed to be posted on a Monday. The Monday happened to be a snowstorm, a pretty good one if I remember correctly.
Yep.
we're not the only town that has to do this. Almost, I would say more than half the towns in New Hampshire had to do this. We just haven't gotten around to it. We're gonna do it now. So we're gonna have a public hearing. The day is going to be September 15th at 5. So that is a public hearing to talk about the day that we had it. And then after that public hearing, we're gonna have our deliberative and voting session after that. It should be quick enough that we can do it prior to a selectmen's meeting, so it shouldn't be a big deal.
Yeah, from what I was told, it's like a half an hour.
It's not even. And literally, the warrant article to be voted on is going to say, to see if the town will vote to ratify the results of March 10th, 2026 annual meeting, even though the posting requirements were not met, because we missed it by one day. That's what it's gonna say. It's absolutely ridiculous. Some people wanted us to fight it. Is it worth it to the town to fight something that we could remedy in a half hour?
Absolutely not.
It wasn't even a matter that it was the snowstorm. We hadn't heard back from the state.
Right,
They have to approve
the state
everything
has to approve.
Until late Friday, that Friday.
Yeah, and everybody had gone home, so there was no ability to post it and
I had
go
talked
through
to the state
everything.
at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, so it's minor. We'll straighten it out, but it's not worth it to fight it because I don't think it would be a proper use of the town's resources to fight something like this. We'll just do it and get it over with. So that's that.
Easier, softer road.
Exactly. We'll make sure everything's posted in accordance with RSA. We'll have everything handled. Next up, I just want to talk about real quick the emergency meeting that we called. The emergency meeting that we call, when a selectman calls it, I know, Robin, thank you for printing this out. I'm not even going to use it. An emergency doesn't mean it's an emergency on the town's part or there's an emergency that needs to be handled. It's something that comes up and needs to be handled before our next meeting. So if the board has to make a decision quicker than 2 weeks from when our meeting is, we're going to call an emergency meeting. It doesn't necessarily mean that there is an emergency that's like life or death or anything like that. It just means that we have to make a decision because it could be a time crunch. There could also be an emergency that we have to deal with. But the last one that we had wasn't, it was an emergency that we had to make a decision before our next meeting. Just so everybody understands what an emergency meeting isn't technically an emergency all the time. Sometimes it could be, but not all the time. Next up is the land. Just so everybody knows, I'm going to make a motion. So the board has it. It's not public yet. The board has talked about doing this, and now you guys all have the letter, correct?
Yep.
Bob, Joe?
Yes.
The other selectmen have the letter. We're going to send a letter to the current executor of Chet Bierce's will, and we're going to start the proceedings for eminent domain because they have decided to put it up for auction. And that is not what this gentleman or his 2 other daughters want or the townspeople want. So as a board, we're going to start doing what we can to fulfill his last wishes, which is what he wanted. So, so with that being said, I'm going to make a motion to authorize the town administrator to send this letter to Susan LaCroix to initiate eminent domain of, where is it? I thought it was on there. Oh, tax map 12, lot 6, sublot 10-1.
Joe seconded.
Motion made by Dan, seconded by Joe. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, that is unanimous. All right, so we will send that off tomorrow morning, certified, Paula, all that jazz. With there's a receipt you can get, right? All of that, we'll get that done.
Should we also send that to the other two siblings?
We'll send it to the other two, and everybody will have it that needs it. All right, police station estimate, review of heating and cooling system. I think you guys have 3 bids.
Yeah, so that was our emergency meeting. Their heating, their split units are, their split units, weren't working back for mid-June, early June. And they had someone come out and look, and then, the price to replace them was really high. So we asked the teacher to get 3 quotes, and he did. The first one comes to $14,998. The second one is
$17,267.
Yep, the pages got mixed up on my thing. And the third one is 12,600. Looking at them and talking to everybody, we are choosing to go with the 12,600 one, because they're just it's really mostly just cost for the most part. And it's revamped, the company is revamped.
Okay.
So they,
That's the Mitsubishi, split unit.
I assume there's a warranty involved in this and all that other stuff and whatnot, so that's all been looked at, okay.
Is this the one?
I would say that's standard when you get something like that done.
No, I'm good.
So,
That's for 2 to 9 home beds.
So I move to accept the estimate from Revamp Boston in the amount of $12,600 for the purchase and installation of a Mitsubishi H2I condenser with funds to be expended from the emergency management account ended in 3025.
Second,
Motion made by Joe, seconded by Bob. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, that's unanimous. They're the only ones that quoted Mitsubishis. All right. These next two, I'm just going to accept these policies for us to review. I really want the full board to go through them. Paula and the fire chief worked on the ambulance billing collection policy.
Yes, and it got emailed to the whole board, but obviously 2 weren't here.
Yeah, exactly. I just would rather them all here for that. I don't think it's holding anything up, right?
No.
I didn't
No,
think so.
it's the same that they've always been doing,
And,
just
yeah.
in writing.
So I'd rather just the same thing, like if they have the whole board here and for them to have ample time to go through it.
The only thing I want to see added to this is that the funds are to be put into the fire rescue ambulance revolving fund.
Okay.
So it's defined where they go.
Yeah, I can see that. Because it would, if you got paid, it would go there anyways, right?
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, we can adjust that. That's fine. Paula will take care of that, I'm sure. Okay. Paula, are we doing transfers or?
What about the purchasing policy?
we should,
Yeah, I was gonna do the same thing with those.
Oh, okay.
Both of those policies, I was just gonna we'll put them on the next, agenda, okay?
Yeah, so do you have that here? Because I have that in my file, the transfer, oh, here it is. We received, money from the state for the highway block grant, and some of the rest is for the Seabrook, emergency management Seabrook drills. So they go in the general fund automatically, so we need to transfer them out and put into the corresponding accounts that they belong to. So, on July 29th, we received 32,000, sorry, my eyes can't see, $166.43 for the highway block grant. And so that needs to be transferred out of the general fund and put into account 3548, which is highway construction. And then there's 3 different payments. They had combined 2 of the payments for Seabrook on the same deposit for the highway. But one is for $5,389.20. The other one is for $1,120, and the third one is for $2,125. All 3 of them are for the Seabrook drills. Some of them are for reimbursement from, when was our thing, in April? June. And so those need to be transferred out of the general fund and put into account 3556, which is the emergency management Seabrook account.
Mr. Chairman, if you would grant me a couple minutes here. Mike, if you would, please. The highway block grant, that is the money that the state gives to each town, right? Depending on like the emergency, depending upon population and all of that. This comes at a decreased amount that the state has slowly been eroding what they used to give you, correct?
I wouldn't, it's gonna start to deplete, right? The state had methods and means of gathering funds so they could use it for the highway block grant.
Right.
And it goes to every town. Every
Yep.
town gets it. And you're right, it's population, there's criterias that set what we get. There's 4 checks a year. We averaged out over the past many years, we probably get 90 grand a year. It's instrumental here because I use that for paving, right? That's the supplement plus the line item. Yeah, we'd be in real tough shape if we didn't get that highway block grant money.
So, which keys me up to the next thing, because we're talking about this now, so that the residents will have a heads up that when we do the budget this year, like what you talked about, wanting to try to get the bond, as well as all those years that your budget got cut to where it was basically almost non-existent, that we will probably be trying to increase your line item a little bit too.
Well, I mean,
For
when
a
we do
couple
budget
things,
stuff, we'll have
right.
more conversations about that
Right.
because we'll have to, and I'm not a big fan of putting warrants in and then budgets and putting language in there. If one doesn't pass,
Right.
B goes and the train takes 15 minutes to get to Chicago. I'd rather not do any of that. So I'd rather use face value. I'd rather go for the, and it's a roll of the dice, I get it. I'd rather go for the bond is what I'd rather go for than trying to increase my line item. Now, I understand the warrant article doesn't pass, I'm back to square one. But, and I think you guys will agree, warrant articles, because of the way DRA wants them worded,
Right.
get very confusing when the booth door closes,
Yep.
right? It's, what does that mean?
We write
It's-
it in a very clear way, and then they take it and screw
Yeah.
it up.
Yeah,
I don't
so-
necessarily mean just for the roads, though. I mean, as you stood up there and talked about the sand and salt that's needed for the roads during the winters, and how quickly that money depreciates, so that some of your other line items are going to need to increase because the block grant has decreased. So we're gonna have to try to bring that at
And
least,
you're right, I mean, something has
right.
to, come up to offset some of the increases of
Exactly.
the cost, right?
So-
And the other thing, and Tricia's sitting there, and we know this, because we've done a whole bunch, we haven't done any probably in 4 or 5 years, but FEMA, the FEMA threshold is gonna get completely revamped, right? I mean, you can turn on the news tonight when you go home.
Right.
And you can see floods and wildfires across the country. You know, that number is enormous. That federal FEMA response numbers because of natural disasters is huge. So unless we get a tornado or a hurricane coming through here, we're not, I wouldn't expect to see FEMA money again.
It took like 3 years to get the last one.
Right,
Oh, yeah, no, it takes a long time.
They work
A long time and a lot of meetings, and thank God
Yeah.
Chris sits in them. I walked out of 3 or 4 meetings, you know
I
it.
believe it. I believe
I said,
it.
"You people." There's a girl from Florida up there talking about weather conditions. Yeah, I'm all set. I'm going somewhere else where I can be productive, not sitting in this meeting.
Yeah, so like I said, I just wanted the people know that not basically the roads, but some of your other line items because of things, it's gonna have to increase. It's
At some
somewhat.
point in time.
Yeah.
But there's not even a close runner-up. Right now, it's road surface conditions.
Right.
Here in town. That's priority one.
Yep,
You know, they're in terrible shape.
Yep, I hear you.
all right. Yeah, I just wanted the residents aware of all of it. Thanks, Mike.
Thanks. All right, go ahead.
We authorize the treasurer to transfer $32,666.43 from the general fund to the highway construction account ending in 3548. The transfer includes payments from the state for the highway block grant.
Second,
Motion made by Joe, seconded by Bob. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, that's unanimous.
And the second part will be, I authorize the treasurer to transfer deposits in the amount of $5,389.20, $1,120, and $2,215 for a total of $8,634.20 from the general fund to the emergency management account ending in 3356. The transfer includes payments from the state for Seabrook Emergency Services.
second,
Motion made by Joe, seconded by Bob. All those in favor? Aye, that's unanimous. Go ahead, hit the next
I
one.
move to approve the consent agenda as written.
second,
Motion made by Joe, seconded by Bob. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, that's unanimous. Paula, what's up with the fire alarm control? Actually, I know because it's actually,
So last Thursday, it came to my attention that during their inspection in June, the company that does the inspections had sent out a quote and to, I don't know who, but it comes that our fire alarm panel downstairs isn't fully functioning. What I had emailed the owner or whoever it is, and he told me that the horn strobes only half of the horn strobes in the building are working, and it's from the panel, hence why we need to replace it. And with labor and everything, it comes to about $4,043.
okay. Yeah, I knew there was issues with that thing. I don't know, when was it was before her. It was when Jim was here. We had issues with the panel and the alarm system and everything else, right? And we just knew that there was issues with it, so.
and does that control the emergency switches that are in the office?
No,
The
not
panic
those.
switches?
That's different.
That's separate?
Yep.
All right.
Go ahead, Joey.
So it's up, do you want to go forward and replace that, or?
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's necessary, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'd like to make a motion to allow the TA to enter into an agreement with the security team to replace the panel for, in the total, would you get, 4,043? Is that what the total was?
They didn't put a total, but from the numbers they gave, I added it up and it comes to like 4,043. I'll get an actual amount.
Just say up to 5,000.
Okay, so I'd like to amend that by saying to include up to a total of $5,000.
Second,
Motion made by Joe, second by Bob. All those in favor?
Aye.
That is unanimous. All right, we did the solid waste bid. Robin plugged that there's job vacancies open. Check out the website. Joe, how is rec going?
Rec is going well. We had a great meeting last night. We're right on target for Old Home Day, which is coming along. We still could use as many volunteers as would like to join us.
Okay.
So that's going well. The beach program, I understand, is going extremely well. Everything seems to be going there. And in Greenie Park, we've had a lot of comments from out-of-town people how nice the park looks. So looks like a lot of our efforts there are
That's good.
showing good promise. So
yeah, my wife actually went down there today with my 2 granddaughters, and she said a lot of people donated bicycles and big wheels and stuff like that, that's
Yeah,
down
we,
there, tennis rackets for all the kids
Yeah.
to be able to play and use down there, and,
Yeah, we've also been picking up toys at that people leaving at the transfer station, bring them to
Yeah.
the beach. It seems to be a popular thing, and
yeah.
people like them so much, they take them home every day. That's good.
A lot of moving parts, so when you bring up stuff, it.
I get it.
recalls-
Yeah, I get it.
So, I've had two people, not on rec, it's two residents that live on Heath Street, and they kind of they have been maintaining the tennis court.
Yeah,
They called me, and I went and looked at the tennis court a week or so ago.
need some help.
Well, it needs some help, but you're limited to what kind of help, right? So it's cracked and split in every place. At some point in time, way down the road,
It's gonna have to be.
you're gonna have to do something, but there's some dinero involved in that to make it happen. I've got crack sealing being done on roads this year, because the past 5, I haven't done any, and it's pavement preservation, so I've gotta do some. Do you want me to get a quote from the crack seal guy
Might as well.
to do
Yep, please do.
tennis court?
Yeah,
Yep,
good
Get a little
idea.
more life out of it, right?
yep,
Okay,
definitely.
all right. I should have brought that up to rec.
Yeah, the tennis court's been getting a lot more action from what I've seen.
No, they have,
Yeah,
for
which is
whatever
good.
this year,
Yep.
yeah. They're gonna phase that out and make it pickleball anyhow, so.
Yep, that's what's gonna happen.
Got a combination one or something, so.
Definitely what's gonna happen.
Okay, great.
Thanks,
Awesome.
Mike.
Go ahead and do the check thing. I forgot about that. I skipped
I'd
it.
also like to make a motion to authorize the treasurer to stop payment on the following checks. Check number 28,363 in the amount of $339.80. Check number 28,364 in the total of $1,700. Check number 28,366 totaling $2,400. Check number 28,369 totaling $168.79. Check number 28,371 totaling $131.65. Check number 28,373 totaling $10,570. Check number 28,374 totaling $150. Check number 28,377 totaling $249. Check number 28,378 totaling $165.75. And check number 28,381 totaling $200.
Second.
Motion made by Joe, seconded by Bob. Before we vote on this, just so everybody knows, this is only a small part of a bunch of checks that were sent out that the mail lost. So whether or not they show up or not, we don't know. We've already contacted these vendors and told them not to deposit these ones. We're reissuing the checks, so they already know. But for whatever reason, there's no rhyme or reason why just this one are lost, so. But we're taking care of it with the TA and the treasurer, so we should be good. So hearing that, motion made by Joe, second by Bob. All those in favor? Aye. That is unanimous. Okay. Bob, how is the planning board going?
Things are going well. We had a discussion, or I had a discussion with, Mr. McDonough wasn't there, but his attorney at the end of the last meeting. They had a person come in for a CO that was supposed to be buying things. They were supposed to come in as a warehouse, and then they were gonna go out that way. And there was not supposed to be any retail. Well, since this person went in, they came before the board when they talked about their CO, they lied. And then when they came in for a change of use for the other side of that building one, that person subsequently jumped into that side of it, from what I understand. And it is a bigger floor, and that person is retailing out of that. And I told his attorney that we will be in talks with him as far as the select board goes, and that Sam will be issuing a letter, because what's taking place is illegal, and it shouldn't be being done, and there is numerous amounts of cars that are traveling in and out of there that are going there for retail business, which should not be happening.
Alrighty. Joe, you got a motion for me?
I motion to enter into...
Wait. You got something to say?
I don't want to interfere with the motion, and Bob, you probably know about this. Paula and I know about this. While we're talking about planning board, ZBA, and land use, if I could just put a bug in your bonnet, and I will work with the police chief on this if you want. I think we need to come up with some kind of a camera for the back room, for interviews that are done or meetings, appointments that are scheduled. We had an incident a week or 10 days ago, and an accusation was made, and it's a he said, she said, he said, you know, we have no proof that anything happened, but I think we should think about doing something there, or maybe instruct him that all appointments have to be either here or down near the town administrator's office near our little computer, which there isn't much room there. I think it would have to be up here. So just keep that in the back of your bonnet, and let's think about it. Okay.
Thank you, Trish.
Are you gonna have another motion?
Yes, I move to enter into non-public session in RSA 91-A, semicolon 3, C reputation.
Second.
Motion made by Joe, seconded by Bob. It is a
Roll call.
roll call vote. So
Yes.
Bob, Joe,
Aye.
and I'm an aye. That's unanimous. Okay.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks, Mike.
Take care, Mike.